There he is, Clayton Kershaw, coming off 6 scoreless innings against Tampa Bay last weekend to go to 5-2.
What happens when two living legends, two future first ballot Hall of Famers, take the same field not as teammates, but as adversaries? You get more than just a baseball game. You get a battle for legacy, a masterclass in pitching, and a night of pure baseball theater. Welcome back to Baseball Extra, everyone. Tonight, we're breaking down an epic confrontation. Clayton Kershaw, the stoic king of the curveball, facing off against the fiery intensity of Mad Max Scherzer. These are two titans with multiple Cy Young awards between them, and in this game, they put on an absolute clinic. So, who came out on top in this legendary Clayton Kershaw versus Max Scherzer showdown? Let's break it down, pitch by pitch. We begin with Clayton Kershaw. Coming into this game, he was already having a stellar season, sitting with a 5-2 record and a solid 3.29 ERA after shutting down Tampa Bay in his last start. But on this Friday night, he was facing a juggernaut. The Blue Jays weren't just the first-place team. They were statistically the best contact team in all of baseball. Think about the momentum they had. In the 3 games leading up to this, they scored an unbelievable 45 runs on 63 hits. They were a machine designed to punish pitchers. And their strategy? Make contact, get on base, and create chaos. They struck out less than any other team in the league. So for Kershaw, the mission was clear: be perfect or be punished. Now, for those who follow us here at Baseball Extra, you know Kershaw's genius lies in his pitch mix. His bread and butter will always be that lethal combination of a rising fastball and a devastating slider that seems to fall off a table. But his effectiveness this year has hinged on his secret weapon, the curveball. When Kershaw can land that big, looping curveball for a strike, it completely messes with a hitter's timing. It makes his fastball look faster and his slider even deadlier. And just to keep hitters totally off balance, he'll mix in a splitter to slow things down even more. So, against a team that never strikes out, what does Kershaw do in the first inning? He comes out and puts on a clinic. He strikes out the leadoff man to set the tone. Watch this sequence here. He doesn't just overpower him. He plays chess. He shows him 2 beautiful curveballs, planting that slower pitch in the hitter's mind. And just when the batter is thinking slow, Kershaw unleashes a perfectly placed slider that dives right out of the strike zone. The batter can't help but swing. It was a masterpiece of sequencing. He would go on to retire the side in a perfect 1-2-3 first inning, sending a clear message to the best hitting team in baseball: I'm in control here. Now, let's flip to the other side of this marquee matchup. Max Scherzer, returning to Dodger Stadium where he had an incredible, undefeated run back in 2021. You could feel the emotion and adrenaline from the moment he stepped onto the mound. He was pumped up, and his velocity showed it, with his fastball hitting 96 miles per hour right out of the gate. If Kershaw is a calm surgeon, dissecting hitters with precision, Scherzer is a fiery warrior. He attacks the strike zone with pure power and an unmatched competitive spirit. He was also hitting his stride in the season, coming off 2 starts where he had 16 strikeouts and, incredibly, 0 walks. He was in peak form, but his challenge came immediately. In the bottom of the first, the Dodgers put runners on first and second with nobody out. This is a pressure cooker situation that would make most pitchers crumble. But this is where Max Scherzer thrives. This is where he shows why he is one of the all-time greats. With the jam at its peak, he faces Freddie Freeman, one of the toughest hitters in the league to strike out. What we're seeing tonight from both men is an elite ability to read hitters and anticipate their swings. Scherzer senses that Freeman, in a 3-2 count, might be looking for that fastball. So what does he do? He throws a sharp curveball that dives at the last second. Freeman swings right over it for a massive first out. It was a gutsy call that shows Scherzer's supreme confidence in his stuff. He wasn't done. After that huge strikeout, he induces another swing and a miss to get out of the inning completely unscathed. He stranded the runners and walked off the mound with a roar. It was a statement of intent. Anything Kershaw could do, he was ready to do better. This was a true pitching masterclass in managing high-stakes pressure. As the game moved into the middle innings, this duel just got better. It became a fascinating back and forth, with each pitcher refusing to give an inch. Let's head back to Kershaw in the 3rd inning. He's facing a talented hitter for the 2nd time. Having already struck him out once, Kershaw knows the batter isn't going to get caught looking again. So with a 0-2 count, Kershaw knows he doesn't need to throw a strike. He can waste a pitch. Instead, he throws a slider that looks like a strike for 59 feet and then vanishes just below the knees. It's a perfect pitcher's pitch, impossible to lay off but impossible to hit. Another strikeout for Kershaw. He just kept rolling. His fourth strikeout of the night came after the Blue Jays had a runner on and failed to bunt him over. Kershaw made them pay for that small mistake immediately, ending the threat and keeping the game scoreless. On the other side, Scherzer was matching him 0 for 0. As we get to the later innings, you can see how he uses his fastball to set up his other pitches. Watch this at bat against Conforto. Scherzer gets ahead in the count. The batter is now defensive, just trying to protect the plate. He's thinking fastball because of Scherzer's velocity all night, and Scherzer delivers at high heat. Conforto was clearly looking for something off speed and was completely fooled. He takes an emergency hack, a defensive, awkward swing just trying to make contact, but he's way too late. That's a veteran move by Scherzer, outthinking his opponent. He understands the cat and mouse game better than almost anyone. That was his fourth strikeout, and he followed it up with his fifth to end another scoreless inning of work. As we reached the sixth inning, both pitchers were deep into their outings, having given up nothing. Max Scherzer would eventually exit the game after allowing a leadoff walk in the bottom of the sixth, ending his night. He walked off the mound to applause, having delivered a spectacular performance under the bright lights, keeping his team right in the thick of it. He left everything he had out on that field. Clayton Kershaw continued his own dominant performance, navigating through one of the most dangerous lineups in baseball with the poise and control of a legend at the peak of his powers. The entire game felt like a special moment in baseball history, a gift for fans who appreciate the art of pitching. What we witnessed was more than just strikeouts and scoreless innings. It was a testament to dedication, strategy, and sheer will. The Clayton Kershaw versus Max Scherzer duel was a showcase of two distinct styles, both achieving brilliant results. On one hand, the calm, calculating approach of Kershaw, and on the other, the raw, fiery emotion of Scherzer. It's nights like these that remind us why we love this game. Here at Baseball Extra, we live for these moments, and breaking them down for you is what our channel is all about. So, what do you think? Who had the more impressive performance in this legendary duel? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. It was a night of incredible baseball that we won't soon forget. If you enjoyed this in-depth breakdown and love seeing legends of the game get the spotlight they deserve, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Baseball Extra and ring that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the sport we love. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.